Florida is all about change, guys, as far as the ecosystem. Get major fluctuations. I'm out here at the Myakka River State Park, and this isn't so good right here. We got a lot of pigs rooting up everything, the invasive boars. But I wanted to take a notice here. We don't really have seasons when it comes down to it, as far as we don't have seasons here in South Florida like winter and summer. It just all seems like summer here. But here we have the rainy seasons and we have the dry seasons. And I come to this park so much, you watch the whole ecosystem change throughout the year and you learn more about it. In the winter months, for example, when we're receiving a lot of rain, this looks, more like a wetland and less like a little prairie right here. So it's pretty neat just how everything changes. Don't ever go to a state park and just think that you've seen it all once you've walked every trail. Wait a few months and walk that same trail again and it'll look completely different. Different plants start to sprout up as they have the chance to survive now that this isn't completely covered in water. So it's just super interesting. I love this little park right here. There's plenty of space on the trails as far as people who get a little bit scared of nature. As far as Florida don't mess around with its snakes and gators and all that kind of different stuff. Unfortunately, you don't just see a panther walking along the trail. I wish that was the case. I've seen a few out here, but I'm also in the swamps a lot thicker than the average person. But you'll walk these trails and, now I'm reading something about air plants, and epiphytes. I'm seeing the serpent fern right here, the butterfly orchid. I love these little things. Spanish moss and the grassy leaf air plant. It's pretty neat. You get to learn stuff all along the way. And unfortunately this stuff right here isn't natural. It's not supposed to be looking like this. This is when the pigs come in here and just start rooting around and they start kicking up their hooves and their noses, turning over all this soil in order to find insects. But as you can see, the deeper you get in Myakka, the more we've got a pig problem. So I'd love it if the private redneck corporations would help out, as far as like, when I mean like redneck coalitions, as far as get a bunch of us hillbillies out here to help thin these things out on the weekends. And you can't be out here shooting guns, so we'd need to be setting a lot of traps. But the state can only set so many traps and maintain them, you know what I mean? So we need to always be showing support to our state parks and our national parks and the forestry department. I'm a huge fan of the forestry department. They buy more land than anyone, and they protect a lot of it, so it's super, super cool stuff. But yeah, the deeper you get out back here, the neater things start to get. So we're about to approach into a patch of live oaks. I can see them as soon as we get out of this little vegetation here. And these things are just glorious. Love them. Look at this, guys. Yeah. Live oak. Very, very cool. This is just a magical place. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he founded what was called the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corporation. And it helped put jobless men to work. And what they did was they went around the country building state parks. And Myakka State Park that we're in right now is one of those. In fact, one of the largest ones. And it is the largest state park in the state of Florida. So if you're ever in the Sarasota area, I highly recommend you take at least a day to come visit out here, because it's just a truly magical place. Now, we're in the dry season, you know, but had it rained just a little bit ago, then all these resurrection ferns, all of this brown in the trees would be pretty bright green. It's pretty awesome. You can see over here in the shaded areas where some of that resurrection fern is still nice and green. Just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, guys, when you find the time, make the time. And if you can't find the time, then make the time. Pretty awesome.